Recording.
I love it. Okay. All right. So I wanted to talk a little bit more about the elite training that I went to a convention, because I feel like if I talk about the other stuff, you guys especially attended some of the same classes I did, I think. But so I wanted to talk about the elite training, some of the information that I got from that I felt like was good business tips for everybody, but was also things that you didn't just hear at convention if you attended a convention. So I do not remember, and I should have looked. One second. Okay. I should have looked, but I think it was, no, I'm not even going to lie and act like I know who was talking about this. But they were talking about backsliding in your business and asking essentially, has everybody experienced some type of backslide in their business? And I feel like most have. Hi, Julie. Thanks for hopping on.
Hi, Julie. You too.
But so we were talking about backsliding in a business, and whether it's someone joining you and then not doing anything and you expected them to do something, or you have a party that didn't go exactly how you wanted and stuff. Most of us have had some kind of backslide in our business. But that does not mean that you have to give in or throw in the towel on. Hey, Cheryl, can you hit mute? I'm just, okay, there we go. We're just going to mute it, Julie, so that I can go over this, and then we'll open it up for questions if you have any questions at the end. I think it was Michelle Gronholm. I might be wrong about that, but anyway, doesn't really matter. They were talking about how regardless if you have backslide in your business, that you have to do whatever it takes to, when you still have the opportunity to get where you want to be. When you continue to treat it like a business and you hustle hard and keep working, the people that are interested in running it as a business will show up. Your runners will show up. Your eagles will show up. And the number one thing that can kill your team and your business is when you stop working. Because when you stop working, your team also stops working. And I know that is 100% accurate, true. If you are not showing up, they're not showing up. And you set the stage for your team. So when you're posting, when you're encouraging, when you're doing the work, the people that are on your team are also going to be motivated to do the work. So I wanted to share these 5 little business tips. It's short, it's quick, it's simple, and maybe things that you've already heard of, but it's some tips that are going to help you with your business. And yeah, just tips. So number 1 is get organized. When you are organized, things flow better, whether it be organized on your Facebook, organized with what you're going to post, what you're focusing on, the kudos, organized with your makeup before you go live, whatever it is, get organized, because it's going to help you in your business. Number 2 is work smarter, not harder. So if you see a post that someone else, another Y Sister has posted in their VIP group or on their main page, and it is working for them, recreate that post, remake the graphic, figure it out, and post the same thing. You don't have to recreate everything. So you are going to take their idea and you're going to run with it and try it out. There have been many of times that I have got ideas from other presenters and shared it, and it didn't quite work. But there have been plenty of times that I've got ideas from other presenters and shared it, and it worked out really well. So you have to be willing to get that information from other people and recreate it and reshare and try new things. Number 3, this is something that is very huge, and it's actually something that I have not been doing, but I am going to start doing. On your phone, especially if you have an iPhone, and I'm going to tell you if you have an iPhone because I just Googled it. If you have an iPhone, you're going to go to Settings, General, Keyboard, and then Text Replace. And what Michelle was talking about, I'm pretty sure is who was talking about it anyway, was that when you do a live video, when you do anything, you are going to have set up text replacement. And so what that's going to do you can add like tons of them. I think it's unlimited how many you can add actually. But what you can do is like, when I went to actually like in the settings, it already said if you type in, I think on my phone, and I did not set this up, I don't think. I think it was already on there. But if you type in on my phone, OMW exclamation, I think, it immediately fills it in. It takes out that OMW exclamation and it says on my way exclamation. So that's what you're going to do. And she had used like all these phrases that she set up, like THX things, THX1, THX2, THX3. And so whenever people joined her live video, she could immediately come in after the live video was over, and where someone had said, hey, whatever, she could just write TX1 and it would say, thanks for hopping on my live video. And then to the next person, TX2, and it said, thanks so much for tuning in, like things like that. But it's so much easier than either copying, pasting it, or than having to write, thanks so much for joining my live video. But you can make that for everything. You can say, hi, I hope you have a good day, and post that to people's wall. You can say happy birthday to people and put HBD and exclamation or whatever you want to set it up as, but it is going to help your business run so much smoother. She said, and I think you can type like up to a paragraph. I don't think there's like a limit. So she has even made up, added like text replacement that says, like she writes, I almost said F you, but something for like follow up. That's what I was getting at. I am blonde, but anyway, so she writes something for that, but then she writes that into the messenger, and Cheryl, I see you laughing. I can't not laugh now. But she writes that into the messenger, and it says, hey, I just saw that your product has shipped and is on its way, or hey, I just saw your product has arrived and I wanted to follow up and see how you were liking it. And she just sends whatever she has replaced in there. She types that, and it's so much easier when you can just pop in a couple letters versus writing the whole paragraph to every single person. And when she was talking about it, I was like, why have I not been doing this, honestly? Because I feel like one of the things that I hate thinking about is what to write to people. What do I say? I'm not sure exactly how to say it. I'm not sure what, whatever. And this is a really easy way that you can make it fast. And you don't have to do any guesswork. If you've already got the message wrote up, you just write in those key little letters. So that's really easy. And she said with enough time of doing it, you memorize like what your little keywords are, and it goes so fast. So text replacement is huge for business. And it's a huge time saver. Number 4 is Facebook Scheduler. I suggest doing this with any team pages you have, VIP pages, even on your main page. I'm pretty sure, can you on your main page? I think maybe. I know definitely in groups. But you can schedule. Facebook will let you, no, not on your main page. Okay, scratch that. In groups, so your VIP group or a team page, you can schedule your posts to post for you. And I think it's a great way to make sure something gets posted every day. You can set it up in advance, and you can set it up weeks in advance. So even if you're going to be out of town, if you're going to be busy, if you have something going on when you're not going to be around, you could schedule a post every day, whether it be a beauty tip, interactive posts to get people commenting on things, to keep interaction going. And then other than that, you can also come in with your other post where you see fit. And another thing is, when the posts are scheduled, you can always go in and edit when they're going to post. So if you have something scheduled for tomorrow, example, and then you see something else and you're like, oh, I really need to post that, but I don't want to post both of them, you can go in and edit what you've already scheduled for another day and then post what you're wanting to post. I just think it's a great way to make sure you're getting something in your VIP every day, because that's going to keep your algorithms up and people commenting. And I will say, if I do that, I try to switch up the times that I'm posting. So it's not like, oh, Becca posted at 9 a.m. on the dot again. Oh, Becca posted at 9 a.m. on the dot again. Because you don't want it to become robotic, because then people realize you're not actually maybe online right then, that you've just set it up to post. Whereas if you switch up the times or do 9:05, 10:07, switch up the times, they might think that you're actually there and posting like you would on a normal day. And then the last little business tip is be willing to learn from leaders and test with your own team. So that's really important, that you can take information that works and test it out with your own team. And she was very big on just talking about that the key is creating a system that works for you, because systems will help you create momentum. And when you do that and you teach your team to do the same, it's going to create massive momentum. And then the other thing that I wanted to say before I jump off is that remind your customers that have the $5 YCash that that they have it, because if they don't know that they have it, they're not going to use it. But it could potentially create some really quick sales, and it is showing up now, or it's supposed to be showing up now, in the Customer Connect. So now you can go back and see who has it and follow up really easily. And you can tell people your little text replacement and then follow up with them. Hey, did you see you got a perk? Anyway, that's all. Do you guys have anything to add or any statements? Oh, my mom's raising her hand over here.
I said, okay. Okay.
The only thing I personally, when it comes to that text replacement, I'm totally going to go in and schedule and set those up. But I would, if it was me, just because of the way my brain works, do one at a time. Like start with one. So like tomorrow morning, I'll program for all the happy birthdays. That way I can just send out happy birthdays, just HBD, and it sends it over and everything's good. Mm-hmm. And then slowly work my way up to more, because if I add in like 6 of them at once, I could accidentally send someone the totally wrong thing. But if I do happy birthday, and then in like 2 days, I do a different one. Yeah.
That's a really good idea. And I was thinking, like, when she showed hers, she had a little video of it, or maybe she showed her phone, I don't know, but she scrolled and it was just like so many things, and she's like, look at all this text replacement stuff. Like, it makes my business so much easier, because follow-ups, writing thank you to people, writing anything, it was like so fast. She was just typing in there and then it would just change it to all this text. And I'm like, I'm pretty sure I had heard about that before, maybe, but I don't think I even really ever considered it working in the way that she was showing us that it could work.
The only way I remember us ever talking about it before was for party links.
Yeah. I think I
remember that.
Right. Yeah.
But
that sounds right. So I thought that was a really good tip. And I'm definitely going to try using it. But I do like what you said. The only thing, if I didn't do it that way, that I probably could do it successfully, would be like making myself a guide, like happy birthday and whatever. And then I would have to like search and like be like, okay, this is what it is. But yeah, if you just kind of slowly integrate it and use it and actually do it, then it'll just become like LOL, like what it is and what it means and whatever, that you'll just be doing the same thing. But yeah, it definitely could be a time saver. And like I said, if you stress like me about what am I going to say, how do I follow up, if you've already created the message, it's super easy. You're just going to write follow or whatever and send them a message. But I would over time maybe come up with a few different ones, so every time you follow up with whoever, they're not getting the exact same message. Or over time kind of switch them up or change the wording, so you don't send them the same, hi, I see your product is at your house, what are you gonna
Yeah, follow up 1, follow up 2, follow up 3. Maybe not FU1 and FU2, but
yeah. I know. Whenever I said that, and then I was like, oh my gosh, what happens if it didn't change and you sent FU to someone and you're like, I meant follow up. I promise it was supposed to change it. That's not a good one. As soon as I said that, I was like, no, that's not what you want.
I'd probably do FLU.
Anyway, hopefully that gives you guys like
I would probably do like FLU. That way, if anybody's like, what? I could be like, oh, I was just going to say, like, I'm getting sick. I think I might be getting the flu. Have you heard? Is that going around? Like, I don't know why I only get the one word.
That's funny.
I'm just coming.
Oh, I was like, what? Do you have advice? But anyway, well, you can stop the recording if you want.